It's hard to imagine what space smells like, but astronauts returning from spacewalks often describe a very specific scent clinging to their suits: seared steak, hot metal, or welding fumes. This odor isn't floating in space itself. There's no air, but rather a result of high-energy particles interacting with the materials on the spacesuit. When they return to the airlock and repressurize, these particles release their unique scent. It's a chemical reaction that smells like something burning or freshly grilled. So while space looks cold and silent, it has a smell you'd expect from a barbecue on Mars. Yes, you read that right. You can literally hear rhubarb grow. Certain varieties of rhubarb, like champagne rhubarb, are grown in dark sheds to enhance their sweetness. In the stillness of these sheds, the growing stalks make faint popping and squeaking sounds as they stretch upward. Farmers have described it like a soft chorus of creaks and snaps, echoing through the dark. The process is called forcing, and it's done to encourage faster, more tender growth. It's one of the only vegetables that sings while it grows, a soft soundtrack from a quiet corner of nature. The blue whale is the largest animal to have ever lived on Earth, and its heart is equally massive. Weighing over 400 pounds, the whale's heart is the size of a compact car and pumps an incredible amount of blood with each beat. Its heartbeat is so powerful it can be heard from more than 2 miles away using sonar. In fact, when it slows to just 2 beats per minute during a dive, it's the slowest, strongest rhythm in the animal kingdom. It takes blood through arteries wide enough for a human to crawl through, proving that this gentle ocean giant carries a literal engine of life inside. One of the strangest effects in the universe happens at the edge of a black hole. Time itself slows down. This boundary is called the event horizon, where gravity is so strong that not even light can escape. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, time runs more slowly in stronger gravitational fields. So, if you hovered near a black hole and returned to Earth, you'd find that time had passed much more slowly for you. This isn't just science fiction. It's a measurable, real consequence of warped space-time. Black holes don't just devour matter, they bend the very fabric of reality. We often think of bees as simple insects, but their brains are smarter than they look. Studies show that bees can recognize human faces in photographs by processing facial patterns similarly to humans. Despite having tiny brains, bees use a method called configural processing to memorize and distinguish facial features. In experiments, they were even able to tell one person apart from another consistently. It's an amazing feat for a creature with just 1 million neurons compared to our 86 billion. So next time you swat a bee, just know, it might actually recognize you. It looks solid, feels hard, but glass isn't quite what it seems. Technically, glass is an amorphous solid, meaning its molecules are arranged more like a liquid than a crystal. Over centuries, very old window panes appear thicker at the bottom, leading to the myth that glass is a slow-moving liquid. While that's not entirely accurate, it doesn't flow in a measurable way. It does behave differently than other solids. Its atomic structure is frozen in disorder, giving it properties of both solids and liquids. It's a frozen liquid in time, hiding its strange nature behind clarity. In the stillness of forests, some trees are living witnesses to history. The bristlecone pine, found in North America, can live for more than 5,000 years, making it one of the oldest living organisms on Earth. These ancient trees have survived droughts, storms, and even ice ages, clinging to rocky soil and harsh climates. Some were already growing before the Egyptian pyramids were built. Their twisted trunks and gnarled branches tell silent stories of a world long past. While we live, in decades, they stretch across millennia, rooted in patience and endurance. In microgravity, the human spine gets a break, literally. Without the constant compression of Earth's gravity, the discs between vertebrae expand, making astronauts grow up to 2 inches taller while in space. This effect can be noticed after just a few days aboard the International Space Station. However, the change is temporary. Once astronauts return to Earth, gravity compresses the spine again. This phenomenon isn't just a fun fact, it also affects how suits and equipment are designed. Space doesn't just change your view of the world, it stretches your body too. Antarctica may be a frozen desert, but beneath miles of ice, there are hidden lakes. One of the most famous is Lake Vostok, buried under over 2 miles of solid ice. Isolated for millions of years, this subglacial lake remains liquid due to heat from Earth's core and pressure from above. Scientists believe it could harbor ancient microbes, untouched by surface life. It's one of the closest things we have to an alien world on Earth, an icy vault of mystery hiding clues to life in extreme environments. Exploring it could rewrite what we know about survival. Dragonflies aren't just skilled flyers, they're aerial acrobats. These insects can hover, glide, and even fly backward with precision. Thanks to their 2 pairs of wings that move independently, dragonflies can change direction in an instant. They're among the most agile flyers in the animal kingdom, capable of speeds up to 30 km/h. Their flight control is so advanced that engineers study them to design better drones. What looks like a lazy summer hover is actually a high-tech flight, show from nature's earliest flyers, perfected over 300 million years. Bats don't need light to find their way. They use echolocation, a natural sonar system that lets them see with sound. As they fly, bats emit high-pitched squeaks that bounce off objects. By listening to how long it takes the sound to return and the pitch of the echo, they create a mental map of their surroundings. This ability helps them catch insects mid-flight and navigate in total darkness. Some bats are so precise they can detect objects thinner than a human hair. It's nature's most efficient night vision, packed into a tiny flying mammal. You are not just human, you're a walking ecosystem. For every human cell in your body, there are roughly 1.3 bacterial cells. Most of them live in your gut and are crucial for digestion, immunity, and even mood regulation. Together, they're known as your microbiome, and they outnumber your own cells slightly. Far from being harmful, these microbes are your microscopic allies. They help break down food, fight disease, and produce vitamins. You're not just one organism, you're billions living together in harmony. In 1995, NASA and the University of Wisconsin made history by growing the first vegetable in space, the potato. It wasn't just a science stunt. It was an experiment to test how plants respond to zero gravity and artificial light. Potatoes were chosen for their adaptability and nutrition. The goal? To someday feed astronauts on long missions, or even future colonies on Mars. This marked a huge step in space farming, proving that even in the vacuum of space, life can grow, especially if it's covered in butter and sour cream. The octopus already feels like an alien, but its blood is blue, making it even stranger. Unlike humans who use iron-rich hemoglobin, octopuses use hemocyanin, a copper-based molecule to carry oxygen. This gives their blood a distinct blue. Order. Hemocyanin is more efficient in cold, low-oxygen environments, like the ocean floor where many octopuses live. It's another remarkable adaptation in a creature already known for camouflage, problem-solving, and regeneration. Blue blood, 3 hearts, and 8 arms. Nature went wild with the design of the octopus. It might sound funny, but humans and chickens have more in common than you think. About 60% of our DNA is the same. That's because all life on Earth evolved from common ancestors. While chickens have beaks and feathers, their cellular processes, developmental genes, and even immune systems share surprising similarities with ours. This shared code helps scientists study diseases, genetics, and evolution. So next time you eat a drumstick, remember, you're munching on a distant cousin, one gene at a time.